So you were thinking about that. You were
yes,
discussing it. You guys were making plans for how to solve all these problems that we just talked about. Lack of life skills, lack of value in college, lack of community, lack of spiritual guidance and leadership in lives when church is online, and all of these different problems that came with COVID, or more just were exposed with COVID. The problems that we were struggling with just in
right.
in life. And so you came up with Educate You. You guys came up with this program, and if you had to describe it in a couple sentences, what is it in a nutshell? And then we can go into
Sure.
more detail because I
Sure.
have lots of questions.
I would call it whole person education.
Mm, yeah.
I think over the years and like you said, COVID really exposed the compartmentalization that has happened
Mm,
in
that's interesting.
education,
Yeah.
and that we see the different subjects separate from each other instead of overlapping and
Yeah.
integrating. And that comes from, sitting in a classroom and the bell rings and you go to the next class.
Right, and
And
your brain just switches.
right, right.
Right.
And instead of overlapping and things
Kind of
where
integrating it more.
integrating, you got it. So that was one of our concerns, is to integrate the
Mhm.
subjects more. Even, we know that we need the college degree for a lot of the jobs that we want to have. So, in no way are we saying that college is not important. We believe college is important.
Yeah,
We just think
obviously.
there's a right. We think there's a better way.
Mhm.
Sitting in a classroom, how many people, how many times have you heard kids like hating school by second grade?
Yeah,
They just don't want to sit in a
that's the whole
classroom.
mentality. Yeah, yeah.
Right, right. And there's a lot of people who make it through high school,
Mhm.
and it's not that they don't wanna learn or they don't want to continue their education, they don't wanna learn that way
Mm.
anymore.
Yeah. I do have some friends that just didn't love school, and I think it's just their school they didn't love. Like, they didn't go to college because they didn't want any more school, but it's not that they're dumb or that they didn't want to keep learning, it's just that they didn't want more school because school had made them feel like failures, and school had made them feel unworthy and stupid, and, there's so much to unpack there, but, like, yeah, it's not exactly that they hate education and learning, even though they would say that if you ask them. I think it's just they hate the systems they were put into.
Agreed,
Yeah.
agreed.
Mhm.
I spent some time in the Air Force, 20 years, and, I joined Open General, which means just give me a job.
Mm.
I don't care. I just kind of want to
That's kinda scary.
leave.
That'd be scary to me, I don't know.
It was the better of the choices that I had.
Okay.
I grew up in a really small town, and I kind of looked around and thought, okay, I can work in a factory, option one. I can be a farmer, option two. Okay, I don't have enough for college. I don't know how do you go to college? And I tried asking questions about college,
Mm,
um and I didn't get answers that I could work with. Like I didn't know what to do or with the
mm,
next step or like how do I apply? And my parents hadn't gone to college. They were high school graduates, and they cheered me on all the way and encouraged me. They just
yeah.
didn't know how to tell me to do
And it
it.
looks easy on TV,
It looks yeah,
right? You
like
just,
you
like,
just call
apply
this
and you get it,
number and or something,
but
and
it's not.
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And so, um, I asked until I got tired.
And
And,
exhausted probably,
yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. And
right?
I got frustrated, and I remember, it was my senior year, and some friends and we were going camping after graduation, and we're gonna, stop. One of them had joined the Air Force, and we're gonna stop at the recruiter's office and drop off her diploma so that she can go forward. And I happened to walk in with her, and he asked me, "So what are you doing?" And I was like, "I don't know."
You tell me.
And he was like, "Well, how about you have a job for 4 years while you figure it out?" And I was like, "Sounds good."
Oh, okay.
And I mean, option A and B and C wasn't an option. I didn't like A or B,
Well, there
and
you go.
I was just ready to leave. So, give me a job. So anyway, that's a long way to say, one of the things that about me is I am a studious person. I'm a good test taker. that doesn't mean I'm good at the subject.
Right, right, because you can test well on any subject probably, but
Right.
yeah.
Right. So I got thrown into a job. I got all A's on the test. I graduated with honors from the
Nice.
tech school,
Congrats.
and I got
That's
to the
awesome.
duty station and couldn't do anything.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't know any of this. That's crazy.
It was quite comical. They were expecting this like uber genius student, like this person that
Oh, and
was
the
going to come
pressure.
to the work center and be like great, and I was not.
Yeah, and it's not like that's any better now for people being educated. Like, your story can relate to probably lots of people out there that are either overeducated up here, but like what we're talking about, the life skills and the
Right.
whole person education is not at quite balanced. So
Right. And that's
yeah.
and that's what it was. Like, how am I not good at this? I was very
Mm.
confused.
And
I
you're very
I was
educated on it.
really good in
Yeah.
theory.
Mm-hmm.
I
In theory,
knew
that's a good one.
all
Yeah.
the stuff, but there was no hands-on.
Mm.
No part of that did I actually have to put my hands on things
Yeah.
and do it. And so when I got there and had to actually do it, I found out I was pretty terrible. Um, but it rolls right into good mentors.
Mm.
Okay. So